Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video. In today's video, I got a little mock I've been working on for a while, and I just finally finished it. And this is, well, you know what it is. It's an upscaled Grogu. So this Grogu is based off the upscaled baby that they made a while ago, the upscaled space baby. I basically, for the this part, took the basic build of that and just recolored it in this kind of tan. Like I said, it's supposed to represent the real Lego Grogu. I don't have one on me. I think I might have the holiday here. Hold up. For comparison, I have the holiday one, which is not going to illustrate the color scheme super well, but will illustrate some of the points. So only modification I really did to the build of this base is the back. The back obviously had a tank on there. And so I replaced it with these sloped bricks, which kind of worked perfectly. And I was actually surprised. I actually had a good amount of these in my collection. I ordered some anyways because I thought I didn't, because it seemed like a weird piece to have. The only problem, it doesn't quite match the shaping here. So if you look underneath the arm, as you can see here, it's flat and doesn't slope up. On the actual figure, you can see there is a slope on that entire part. So, but like I said, it's harder to replicate that. But you do kind of have an indication of slope with how the arm is. The arm build's also a little bit different than the actual Space Baby. I wish I think, wait, do I have the actual Space Baby somewhere? I don't know. I'm not going to go look for them now. But it does require one of those new pieces that slopes all the way down to here. It doesn't come in this color, so I couldn't do that. I did try painting one of those pieces. It didn't turn out super good, so I just did this instead. I think it looks fine. It's a bit awkward, but there you go. I'm surprised that these pieces came in this color for the hands. And like I said, it's the same build. Only other thing new I did is I did paint this little bit on there. It is supposed to be a one-to-one replication of how it looks on the figure. Again, I can't show you an example because this is a Christmas one. But if you find your own Grogu, you can prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. And then onto the head, which is more of where all the actual build came in. Now, obviously, this is very close to how it looks in the official Grogu set. However, there are some differences. And the reason it took me so long was just getting some of the parts for this. I ordered them forever ago, and I think they showed up, but I just wasn't home when they showed up. So, and then when I came back home, I didn't know where they were. I don't know if someone brought them in or what. I was too lazy to order them again, so I just didn't. But I eventually folded and got the actual guy myself, so I did remove his head. So RIP Grogu. It does mean I have an extra hover prawn, though. However, I started designing the head before I had all the parts, so I did do a little bit of a different design for the ears. As you can see here, there's no, what's it called, pink in the inside of the ears. That's intentional, because like I said, the actual one doesn't. I also changed the eye. The eye is not the original eye printing. It's actually just a white dot. I painted a white dot on there to make it more accurate, because as you can see, you can't see any brown in the eye where they put a little bit more detail. So I basically just kind of gave it less detail. The mouth, the nose, the eye placement is the same, the basic build. However, obviously, like the connection point is different. There's no ball joint in there. It is not posable. And the way the ears are connected, I did some really clever studs not on top technique that I'm super proud of. So this is actually going up, this is going down, and the way it's connected is here. So you can break this part off. Oh, whoops. Okay, wait, it just spoiled the effect. So so this part can come off. Also, I'm not super proud of how it connects to the neck, but whatever. And then watch this. Boom. This is all upside down. That's right side up. And it slots into place. Obviously, now that I do have these parts, I could change this to make this a little bit more basic and use the actual ear shaping, but at the time I didn't have the sloping up parts. But I am super proud of that. But look, it just slots back in. It does mean there's a bit of a gap between here. However, and then like I said, these connect to each other. I don't know how that spacing just worked out perfectly. It did. I am such a Sigma male. But then it connects to the inside and the outside one, and that puts it pretty solidly in place, except, like I said, little bit of gaps here, and I could fix that with just normal shaping. But I was just too proud of that building technique. I wanted to keep it in. But yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it for the baby Grogu. I can put him in the prawn. This setup isn't really great for displaying builds because then you can see like the sides. But let's put him in the hover prawn here. Let's see. I do want to make. It would be cool to make an upscaled hover prawn, like make a minifig. I think someone actually did do that online. But let's put him in and see how it looks. Look at him. He's in there. It'd be really cool one day to make an upscaled Mandalorian. And I know there are instructions online. There was someone who did it. I think the design that's currently there is a little bit, cluttery for my taste. But I would love to make an upscaled Mando. But yeah, there you go. Y'all enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice one. Go watch the 2011 film Rango. Ty pointed out that I forgot to mention that last time. So thank you so much, Tyler, the movie guiler. You had a very good top 10 movie list of the year. I did watch that. Go subscribe to Ty the Movie Guy. He's an epic dude. He's also, you watch his movies. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a nice one, and yeah, bye-bye. Ciao.